Okay, so we're going to run through this really quick, and I know some of this you're like, this is our 6th year going to C4C. We already know this, but we have to go over it, and we're doing it for the purpose of the video because we have several parents that could not be here. They have either kids that are standing with symptoms or they're dealing with symptoms. So we're going to put a link in the parents group me to go back and watch, or if you know a parent that I didn't know about, you can send them the link, okay? This is clear? Hopefully it's clear.
And also, if we go through something too fast and you want to go back over it, what did they say again? You can go back to that link and you can see basically this whole thing just replayed.
So please excuse my typos and bad writing on these. There's probably some things that you'll come across that I did proofread it, but it's got the main stuff on it. So first of all, who hasn't been to C4C? Raise your hand. Okay, we have a couple. All right. So
you guys are in for a treat.
So is it great? The rest of you.
The rest of you that have been. Is it good? Is it worth going to?
Is it good? Is it like one of the highlights of your year, isn't it? Okay. So C4C this year is July the 14th through the 18th. We leave from the church at 9 o'clock. So, we'll give you all the exact times to be here and everything, and then we return Friday.
And this time 9 o'clock really means 9 o'clock. For
those
of you that were...
So we're not
yeah, I know.
So, we come back Friday, February the 18th, or February. Woo! Praise Him. July the 18th, around dinner time. And we will, we always alert parents. We keep you guys... we give you all the information, like how far away we are, because we know a lot of people have to drive, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, then we eat on the way. We'll stop in Joplin on the way, and we'll stop in Joplin or Springfield on the way back. That's all included in the price. The price this year is a little more because the hotel's gone up, the rally has gone up, just general expenses, guys. So it's $660 a kid. Now, of that $660, $180 is due as a deposit by May the 28th, okay? You'll have a waiver form and all the information. You'll turn all that in by May the 28th. I know that seems like a long ways off, but it will be here before you know it. So it's $180. The rest of the money, we are all using our faith as a group, and we're going to fundraise and believe God. And last year we fundraised everything after the deposit, and we had more than enough, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was not hard. So the rest of it, we have several fundraisers. We've already started the kind of a smaller one. It's those gift baskets. They're in the lobby at the church. There's a sign-up sheet. Most of you guys, I think, now have covered all these slots because we need at least one, if not two youth per service to work those. Wednesday night, we have taken care of with some of our youth leaders. They are manning those baskets. And there will be a youth leader or David or myself to kind of assist you guys and make sure you have all the information on how to do it. Next thing, we are planning on taking a chartered bus because we loved all of us being together. Who liked the bus? The really nice bus. Wasn't that great?
Like having AC that actually works. Wasn't that awesome? No time on the side of the road. No weird stories to share later on.
We are planning on that. We're still working on some of those details. For those of you who did not go last year, we're staying at the Hillside Hotel in Branson, and that whole hotel has been reserved for C4C. So our youth group and youth groups from all over the nation come to this. And so there won't be any people that are complaining about the noise or, those kids, those kids.
Those of you that remember Thursday night service, and we kept getting kicked out of this part, and then kicked out of that part, and then kicked out of... We don't have to worry about that now.
This year, we've got the whole facility reserved. And services are also there. The theater is connected to the hotel. And so you just walk through this little courtyard and you're there.
It's literally like a 150-yard stroll down the sidewalk.
That's really nice. Now, I will say this for those kids and parents that maybe have never done C4C, it is a really packed week. Because did anyone get sleep last year that went?
Absolutely not.
No sleep. So let me tell you, it's a stretch. It's a stretch because
wrong song.
It's packed. Listen, so on top of services, we go to Silver Dollar City, we do Whitewater, and we do Sight and Sound. And it is a lot.
This is all included in the cost.
It's all included in the cost. You have meals at the park. If you've never been before, that's all. You get vouchers for that. There's breakfast every day it's pretty decent. So the days that we're there, and then there's a couple other meals that are there at the venue. So this covers everything, even your meal there and back when we stop as a group. So I'm just letting you know because people always ask us that. So we're doing the fundraisers. The first one is the Valentine's gift basket, which we talked about. That's till the 9th of February. So when that one's over, we're going to do the envelope wall. Do you guys remember the envelope wall? We raised over $11,000 just on that wall last year, you guys. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
People love to take those envelopes. So for those of you who have never done that before, all these young people are going to be very artistic and decorate these envelopes, and they have amounts on them. And so people take one of those envelopes, maybe it has a 20 on it, and then they take that $20, put it in the 20 envelope, and turn it in the offering, or they can do the black box in the back of the sanctuary. We had envelopes last year up to 600, and
we had 2 that paid the way for a full kid.
Yeah. So listen, we cleared that board. Yeah. And so Kyle built us a new board last year.
Absolutely
so we'll
awesome
have a
board.
Service before that envelope wall goes up, that we'll all decorate envelopes, okay? Is that clear? And be, really creative. It's really fun. It's a fun project. Okay, then we do the bake sale. The bake sale is like iconic at a Glorious Church. It's not just a fundraiser. It is, a bonding experience.
It's an auction.
It's an auction, but people get very, very engaged in this place.
A couple of people almost lost their salvation fighting over stuff.
Listen, they're bidding like $300 and $400 for a pie or a cake, and there are certain desserts that go for like $1,000, you guys.
There was one time it went for like $1,200 for a pie.
Yeah, $1,200. So what we have to just remind all the youth, and we'll remind you over and over again, you have to bring every young person. If you want this money to go towards your camp, you have to participate. And you cannot go to Walmart and buy some cookies off the shelf. And it has to be homemade. And, put some effort into it. Make it look beautiful. Your parents can help. Your mom can do it if she wants to do it. But it has to be homemade.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And so we'll have a sign-up sheet.
Nobody's bidding on Chips Ahoy cookies.
They'll have a sign-up sheet over at the church, and we'll have one here, too. And because there's some ladies and some men that are not a part of this youth group that love to get involved, and they make some wonderful things, and they always donate.
There's some fantastic cooks in our church.
Yeah, so they do that, too, so other people can be involved. But we'll have a sign-up sheet.
I heard the ribs.
Real quick on the bake sale, presentation means everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like a 5-star restaurant. If you make it look amazing, people may not know what it tastes like, and they'll still bid $500 on it because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that's why Michelle's talking about put effort into it.
Yeah.
Little gold dust, little sparkle.
And
so presentation it, your dollar signs.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, Pastor Chip, Pastor Candace, everybody, we all stay after the service. And that's going to be on the 13th. So now listen, we had kids last year that couldn't be here for some reason or not. So I think we raised around $8,500 last year on the bake sale. So that $8,500, I'm just throwing that out there, okay? It's split between the kids that baked and participated. If they couldn't be there, they didn't get part of that. Does that make sense? That's why it's really important that you be a part of these fundraisers, because you get you get some for your camp. And we will take, we have a list, and so we know who's there and not. Let me think here. What else? So we're also doing Raise Your Praise t-shirt contest. You know, Pastor Chip's been talking about Raise Your Praise.
Anybody been working on a design?
We're supposed to be working on designs, youth. Okay, so you have till the 5th.
I could draw something up, but we'd rather you guys come up with
So,
something.
listen. So by next Wednesday, have something. Ask the Lord to help you. Something about Raise Your Praise. And then we're going to take that and put it on a t-shirt and sell it in the lobby, and all proceeds go to Champion Youth for C4C.
Yep.
The other thing we're going to do, we have another one that I didn't put on there that I'm still working on. So here's the deal. And I'm just going to read this. Youth must participate in fundraisers to get money towards their camp. Cost per camper $660. Prices went up this year. Rally prices increased, and so has the hotel. May 1st, we'll have your rally forms and waivers. And you have to get them back to me when you turn your deposit in, because I have to register every person myself with our group. Is that clear? We'll remind you guys. Then on June 25th, we're going to have another meeting where you will get your room assignments, packing lists, all the things pertaining to C4C and all the rules. We're not going over all that now. So if you want to know about room assignments, do not ask us tonight, because there will be no answer for you. So, in addition to participating in the fundraisers, we need all youth that plan on going to the rally with Champion Youth to be attending Wednesday night youth services from March 5th into the rally. Now, I was praying about this, and the Lord told me to give a couple weeks leeway, and this is why. We had kids last year that had to use their faith to get their dance, gymnastics, different things, their work schedules changed so they could be here. And so I'm giving you some time to work it out, because I'm telling you it's important that you are here if you want to go. Because if you say, well, I want to go to C4C, and you're not showing up for youth, you can't go. Because number one, we want to go as a group. We want to know everybody we are living with for that week. Mm-hmm. And it's just something that we're all building together. It's not just an event, but we're building our community together, okay? And so...
Can I interject something on that? It does kind of sound like a tight requirement, but I can't stress enough. And those of you that went with us last year, the way, because we build up to this. You know, we have things that we work on from now until then that help prepare us as a group to get the most out of this time that we can possibly get. I don't just mean the most in terms of fun or this or that. I'm talking about receiving from God. Because as fun as C4C is, and I'll just take this second because I want to share a little bit about the heart for C4C. 25 years ago, God told Pastor Chip, you train champions on the baseball field for me. I want you to train champions for Christ. And he took that and he ran with that mandate 25 years ago. This year is the 25th anniversary. And let me just tell you, you are not going to want to miss it. It is going to be absolutely off the chart. But not just because of everything that's planned, because of what God's doing right now. Does that make sense? You just about have to be dead to not sense that there's things going on, that God's doing things. There's something about 2025. I can't even necessarily articulate it, and I'm pretty good at talking. I can't even necessarily articulate it, but I know it in here. My spirit man knows it. There is something about this year and everything associated with this year that's taking us all, and that's why we want to all be on the same page. That's why we all want to be here and be together and learn and grow and all aim for the same goal. And not only aim for the same goal, but when you're here and you're here, you two can watch out for each other. and I don't just mean you too, but you understand what I'm saying. You can watch, you can have each other's back, you can help each other, you can all work together to focus. It's kind of like in a football game, when they get down to literally like the 1 foot line, and they're trying to get that ball over the line, and you see the entire team just literally looks like one mass pushing to get over that goal line. And that's what we're doing. It's not just one running back over here. It's not just one tight end. It's not just one receiver over here. We're at a point where we're all together as one mass, as one man, so to speak, and we're pushing towards that goal. And so, parents and those of you that haven't been a part of this, that's why we're stressing being here so much. It's not because we take attendance per se. It's because the things that we're doing between now and C4C will help you get the most out of C4C that God has for you. I could spend another hour and a half right now. I'm not going to. But I could spend another hour and a half just talking about testimony after testimony. We're talking about people being healed of autoimmune diseases, people being healed of autism. I mean, the one guy, his leg was broken, and during one of the services, he starts jumping up and down on his broken leg because it wasn't broken anymore.
Right.
These are the types of things I'm talking about. To say nothing of people getting things that have plagued them, that have dogged them for years, getting things broken free. It's not just about getting to hang out in Branson and getting to go to Silver Dollar City and getting to go to Sight and Sound and listen to an awesome kick and praise and worship band. It's about what God does in us and also through us at C4C. So I just wanted to share that real quick, especially for, like I said, for the moms and dads that maybe haven't been a part of it before, and they're going like, okay, well, what makes this thing so special?
Also,
go ahead.
You may know that our guest, big guest this year, special guest, is Pastor Nancy Dufresne.
Woo-hoo!
She's doing it, so this is going to be awesome. And we have heard amazing things when she's been at 1440 and stuff. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, Pastor Chip, Kylie, Nate Schlegel, and Sister Billy. So, and Pastor Candace. So it's going to be wonderful. And so the other thing is, I'll just go over this. I'm just going to read this. We just talked about this.
Go ahead.
In addition to participating in fundraisers, we need all youth that plan on going to the rally to be here from March 5th to the rally. And then occasionally missing, we get it, but just please communicate with us. Also, if you are not in the parents group me, you need to see Beatrice. Wave your hand, Beatrice.
Wave your hand, B.
She's little but powerful.
Yeah, stand up. Oh, you are standing up. Okay.
Okay, so see if mom and dads see Beatrice.
She will get you signed up appropriately and put on the group me so that when we send out a blurb, everybody gets it and you can respond to it, or you have that information, or like in the case of tonight, there's a link. You can go back. You can hear our sparkling voices all over again.
Okay, so this is just something else, and you'll see it on the sheet. Also, please, this is to all the young people. Are we listening? All right.
Sorry.
No.
Also, please be engaged during youth service and generally respectful to everyone here. Youth and youth leaders, the rallies, they're packed with services. You know, C4C has lots of activities and lots of services, and you need to show that you're ready and mature enough by your weekly conduct. So, because, you know, we want everyone to go, but we're not there to just ride herd on you because, you know, you won't show respect or you're disciplined, you know, any of those things. Because
And a lot of that is just common courtesy.
just common courtesy, but you know what? We know we all can rise to that level and that standard. And so it is a privilege to go. I know we work hard to go, but it's a privilege. And so, you know, I have to say we have a really great group. We have a great group of young people.
Last year was absolutely amazing.
It was great. But also, one thing is, and I'm just getting you ready if you've never been, there are no cell phones during services. Period.
None.
I think I heard somebody scream and cry a little
So,
bit.
for those of you that just got a phone and you're
And that was a
like,
leader.
what? So, you get your phone, of course, on the way there, on the way back, in your room, and at the parks. But
They stay in your room when you come to breakfast.
yeah, if you can have it in your pocket, but if we see it, we take it until the service is over. So, because it's a time to really focus in as a group and focus in on the Lord, and so that is very distracting.
Otherwise, you end up licking the soap. Those of you that
Um,
were here tonight know what we were talking about.
So, I just put this on there. You don't have to do it, but I would encourage you, bring your Bible and your journal. Get used to using a Bible that is not on your phone, because it'll make the transition so much easier at C4C. So, are there any questions? Any questions? We're going to open it up.
AirPods. What the AirPods?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
AirPods are the same way. You won't get to have your AirPods.
Not in during
Not
anything
in.
other than the trips
Yeah.
and when you're in your room.
You guys are gonna be like so involved in service, you're gonna forget about your.
I was going to say, you're practically going to forget that you own one.
And
You guys
Silver
will be
Dollar
so
City,
drunk
you
with
don't
the
need your
Holy Spirit
AirPods.
that
No.
you guys won't
And nobody really wants to watch their earpods go sailing off of a roller coaster down into whatever that goo is at the bottom that they call water.
Especially the water rides.
Okay, are there any
They call it
questions?
water. I'm still not entirely sure
We went
it's
through
water.
this pretty quick, and there's sheets, like, especially anybody that's never been.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no...
There is no such thing as a silly question.
Is there any questions?
Please feel free to
Questions?
ask.
No?
Are we still doing room assignment?
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll have room
we
assignments.
will. That
but,
won't be ready till June.
but
No, I
we'll-
mean the requests.
we didn't do requests last year.
Okay.
So, I haven't decided yet. We haven't, as leaders, we haven't all decided that. Also, now I'm just saying this for the video and for anyone here, but, because, listen, if you come with your parent and you don't go with us, and I'm not trying to be mean, you can't go with us on the bus, because we are responsible for all the kids that are with us. and
It's a security
It's
issue.
a security thing, and so it's kind of like you have to fish or cut bait. You have to be all in. Either you're all in with us and we all go together and stay together, or you go with your family, and that's fine. I'm not saying you can't, interact with us, bring your family and come and meet up with us at the park, but because
Or sit with us at the services.
yeah,
too.
so but
I mean,
I'm just saying we had questions about that last year, and you have to remember too, all these kids have worked really hard on these fundraisers to pay for all of this, So and it's just and then we had issues with somebody wanted to do this and go off, and then nobody knew where they were, and we just can't have any of that.
Again, security issues.
So, because we know a lot of families, I'm just going to say this, that come maybe up for 1 or 2 days, and their kids come with us, and they're like, well, can we go with our parents? No. We're just going to say no. Because it's just too hard to keep track of all of that. Does that make sense to you guys? I want it to be clear now. So, if you come with us, you're with us. And if your family decides to come with some younger siblings and hang out that week, that's great. But you've got to stay with us. Okay? Is that clear?
Because
All right.
not only do you guys sign a waiver form, but we are obligated before God first, and in the eyes of the government, we're responsible for you. Does that make sense?
So-
Our lives are on the line for you. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I just want you to understand the seriousness of what we're talking about. Because we're talking about security. We're talking about your well-being. We're talking about we're also talking about mom and dad's well-being. Always knowing that somebody is watching out for you. That way, mom and dad can sleep good at night, and everybody is where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there.
Okay, any questions?
Do you guys cover dress code?
No, we're not going to go
We'll
into
cover
dress.
We'll cover dress
We'll
code
do
later.
that at the meeting before we go to camp. Well, we don't need to do that tonight.
Suit and ties are required.
Okay, so anyway, the information's on the sheet. It's in the video, and if there are no questions, we're going to close this meeting.
Again, we don't want to keep you just for
Yeah.
the sake of keeping
Okay.
you. But if you've got a question, please feel free to sing out.
All right. No questions. No questions.
Anyone? Bueller? Bueller?
All right.
Anyone?
Okay. Well, then you guys are dismissed, and thank you for
Thank
coming.
you for giving of your time tonight. Thank you for coming in.